And then Josh Matthews says,
I love those dicks.
You're killing me. Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Gonna talk some Global Force Wrestling. Episode of Impact for September the 7th. Talk about some stuff I liked. Talk about some stuff I didn't like. Most of it I did like. Very few things that I'm actually going to give constructive criticism on. Going to kind of jump all over here. Number one, I did like the episode. I liked it a lot. I'm liking where it's going. And if you're if you're still questioning as to, with all the negative stuff going on, it's made up news, folks. It's made up news that already came out, and the people who put it out there already apologized about it. And like I said in my last video, I had a feeling. And I was right. I'm not right about a lot of things, but this case I was right. So, in the very rare moment, the very, very rare case that I do this, because I don't do this a lot, I'm going to say I told you so. 99.999% of the time I'm pretty humble about that stuff if I am wrong, but this case I was right. So, I told you so. People, like I said, people love to make up stuff out there just to spread stuff around and get it seen and create controversy and get people talking. And it's BS. It really is. Especially for a site like Sports Illustrated to make up stuff like that. Really, Sports Illustrated? I thought you were a little more genuine than that. But like I said, it's nowadays in social media and writing for these kind of pages, it's not about being right. It's about being first, unfortunately. All right, off my soapbox on that. Let's get back to Global Force Wrestling. All right, let's see here. I'll start out with a little bit of constructive criticism, okay? But overall, the segment that I'm going to constructively criticize about was very positive. It's something that I'm very happy about. So don't twist it that I'm upset about this, because there's enough spammers out there saying I already got it this week about one of my recent videos about the Taya Valkyrie's coming. So during the Taya Valkyrie segment where she debuted, and I didn't notice a lot during some of the other segments. This is probably where it was the most notable. They're still doing the fake crowd noise, and it drives me nuts. It absolutely. I love the wrestling. Don't get me wrong. I love the wrestling. But man, when you and maybe someone from Global Force Wrestling will watch this someday and realize what they're doing. Okay? I understand why they're doing it. You don't have a lot of people there. You only got a few hundred people or whatever fits in the impact zone now. So you're trying to make it sound like a big reaction. Okay? I get it. But you got to be smart about this. When you're filming someone coming down the ramp, and then you're showing the crowd behind them, and they're all sitting in the hands, and I've said this more than once, folks, if they're all sitting on their hands and all you hear is, it absolutely kills the moment. It absolutely kills the moment because you're looking for people leaning over the railings going, and they're just like, stop it. Just stop it, okay? And you'd rather have a dead honest, dead ass crowd than have a dead crowd and all this noise and it's fake. Just stop it. Okay. But don't take that as I didn't like the Taya Valkyrie debut, okay? I am ecstatic to see her, okay? She is one of my number, I would put her in my top 3 favorite women wrestlers right now. If not the top favorite women wrestler. For what I have seen her do in AAA over the last year or so, and her Lucha Underground stuff. And now to see her on another stage like this, an American stage, makes me very excited for this. Not that Lucha Underground isn't American, but it's... Okay, yeah, it is American, but I think Global Force Wrestling has more, or Impact, whatever, it has more views than Lucha Underground, okay? Not knocking Lucha Underground, but this puts more eyes on her, okay? So that's a positive thing. It was great. She came out looking like she was going to, rescue Rosemary. Which it was interesting how she did that, because they said that Rosemary, hot off the heels of Triple Mania, which she's banged up now, but they did this stuff before Triple Mania. So if she's not on TV for a while, or if she is on TV, it's fine. She'll be on TV while she's banged up, and in the next set of tapings in a few months, she'll be back. What's also good is they didn't mention, well, they did briefly mention the injury, okay? They didn't spend a lot of time talking about it. Only thing they brought up was Jeremy Borash asked Rosemary, did she F up your arm? And she said, yeah. That's the only mention of it, and they showed a little bit of the footage. And that was fine. That's all they needed to do. They're not working it into a storyline, which is good, because I don't think anybody wants Sexy Star on Global Force Wrestling. Impact, I don't. And from what it looks like, now I haven't seen any official reports. I saw a tweet the other day that sounded like she's hanging it up as Sexy Star again. That she's done being the Sexy Star character. What that all means is if she's done with AAA, I don't know. If she's getting that much flack that she knows that she's not going to get any more bookings, if she's officially done with AAA, I don't know any details. It's just I saw a post the other day and Lucha Blog said something to the effect of she's not doing the Sexy Star character anymore, and she was in the picture with the hat. Of course, I'm no Sexy Star, but the picture was like this, and you saw like the bottom half of her face like this. Okay, that's how it was. So yeah, they're not going to further this story with Rosemary, the injury and all that, but I am ecstatic to see. It also would not be good to bring her in, especially with Taya there, because I hear there's Taya's not very fond of her, okay? We'll just say that. At least that's from what I gather. By the way, go listen to Taya's interview with Chris Jericho on Talk is Jericho that they did a few weeks ago. Tremendous interview, Taya. Tremendous. It was great listening to it and learning more about you and everything that's been going on lately, and kind of, it brought the for the fans that really wanted to know what was going on, like me. It brought the fans in, and you explained what's been going on, which was very, and not everybody does that, So I give her a lot of credit for doing that. Tremendous interview. Go listen to it. It's from like 2 or 3 weeks ago. On Talk is Jericho. Taya was on there. Great to see Taya on. I know. You're going to do your whole video on Taya. No, but it was like the favorite part for me of the show, okay? I've been waiting for weeks for this. I'm very excited about it. Great debut. You didn't know who she was going to help. It looked like she was out there to help Rosemary. Rosemary was all excited, tongue hanging out. You know how she is. But, and she ended up, doing the beatdown. So I'm sure we're going to see some tag matches, some 3-on-3s coming up between Gail Kim's group and, or maybe Taya's just out for herself. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Can't wait to find out. But more great women's wrestling on there. The tag match was good too. I'll give them that. I would have liked to see Taryn Terrell do a little more. I know she's capable of it. Maybe it's just a little bit of ring rust. But we'll have to see like I said, in the weeks to come. But good tag women's match. Speaking of tag matches, LAX versus Zachary Wentz and John Boland. Did I write that right? Boland? I think that's his name. Short but sweet match. I'm really liking LAX's style in the ring. Out there just, whipping them around. And then OVE comes out, and the promo between OVE and Conan representing LAX. Wow. Oh, man. Almost had to bust out the censors for that one. So, yeah, that'll be interesting to see that footage of OVE down in Crash. Can't wait to see that. Down in Mexico? I guess Mexico. So yeah, lots of tag stuff going on, but and I know I'm going backwards here, and then I'll jump forward. The opening match between Caleb Conley, Trevor Lee versus Sanjay Dutt and Petey Williams. Wow, how good is Petey Williams looking? Seriously, he's been out of I don't know if he's been wrestling independently. I haven't kept track of him, but we haven't seen him in years. And he looks like he hasn't skipped a beat. He's in great shape. He didn't gain 50 pounds and he's tripping over stuff. No, the guy looks like he was just like skipped 8 years in one day and just kept going. I still think back to the I joked about this last time, talking about the Papa Pump stuff. We had the blonde hair and the goatee, just like Papa Pump. Oh man, that was some funny stuff. Oh, just laughing thinking about it. Yeah, but yeah, tremendous opening match. Wow. Oh, one other small criticism of Josh Matthews. And I understand he's doing the whole heel thing, but there's just certain things you just shouldn't do, okay? Stop calling Trevor Lee the American Dream. That's not even funny. Seriously, that's just, no, you don't do that. That's like giving someone else the Hulkamania gimmick. You don't do it, okay? That's just stupid. No, you're not being a heel. That's just, I don't know. Idiocy. So Josh Matthews, stop doing that, okay? For crying out loud. The segment with Johnny Impact, Low Key, and Cornette in the ring. Holy cow! Let me tell you, I cannot wait to see Johnny Impact versus Low Key. excuse me, did I mention how excited I am to see Johnny Impact in the Impact Zone? Very cool. Very cool. But holy cow, that promo that Low-Key cut said, this isn't WWE, this isn't Lucha Underground, this is Global Force Wrestling, or they censored him, but called him a bitch or something, I don't know. But nonetheless, very intense, very, he looked pissed, It's like, knowing now, that he's not with Global Force Wrestling anymore after the tapings, it's, you gotta wonder, I'm trying not to overthink this, but man, if he left because of the storyline and you look at how pissed he was on TV, usually when you see people pissed on TV, I don't know. I guess I just haven't seen that much of Low-Key to see him that pissed. Usually I see him very stern with someone. I've never seen him like screaming mad, I've never seen him that mad before. So that was like, whoa. That was pretty cool though. Cornette announces, Low-Key versus Johnny Impact for the #1 contenders match next week. Can't wait. The Grado breaks up with Laurel Van Ness. Oh my God! And it looks like she's back on the crazy. We got the Eli Drake gravy train, and then we got the Laurel Van Ness crazy train. No, don't put those two together. I don't know. That was a little thing. I don't know. Never mind. Okay. The only other constructive criticism I would have had about this show is they had too many promos in a row. I would have split up the promos a little bit more between the matches, because the second half of the show was like all they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They had 7 promos in a row. That seemed really weird. Like either pre-taped promos or footage of stuff they put together to show you, like the Triple Mania stuff. It was too many. It was too many segments like that in a row. Usually you see like at the most 2 back-to-back, and then a match, and then a couple more backstage segments, and then more matches. This wasn't broken up enough. It was all the segments were good. I'll give them that, but it was like too many in a row. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just maybe I'm just being picky, but it just seemed weird. It just threw off the show a little bit. The Triple Mania footage, when they put that together, that was cool. And it helped. Okay, when I did my review of Triple Mania, and I was talking about how weird it was when Moose and Lashley were fighting, okay? Looking at this footage now explains why they did that. Because it all happened so much, and the cameras weren't always on them, and there were so many other things going on. It was like, whoa, wait, where's the GFW guys? And then Jarrett came down. I think they left out the tortilla toss, but then they showed him backstage being held back by Vampiro. So Vampiro got on the show. That was interesting. Then they showed the other AAA guys, La Parca, Argenis, the guys who won that gauntlet match, the team gauntlet match, and showing footage of the women, the 3-way that Johnny Impact was in. That was very cool. The only thing I wish I could have seen was them show Kevin Cross. That's what I was really looking forward to. I was hoping they would slip just a little bit of Kevin Cross in there to show how he helped Johnny win. We didn't get that. That made me a little disappointed, not going to lie. Because I was like, oh, they're going to show Kevin Cross come down and crazy. It'd be like, then it becomes, whoa, who's this guy? And then that, that leaves open the option to bring him in. But maybe that's something that's still being planned. I'm trying not to get myself too excited. I want it to happen, but it's one of those things. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, But I'm not going to, lose my mind over it. But yeah, the Triple Mania footage, very cool. And the controversy and all that. Oh, let's see. Pagano's coming. Can't wait to see who he faces. So he'll show up another, week or two or whatever. Desmond Xavier. Cool to see a little background on him. Eddie Edwards. Trip to Japan. I wish they would have showed a little more of that. Was he there alone? What all was going on with that? But he is the new GHC Japanese champion. So congrats to Eddie Edwards for that. Pretty cool that they put that together. The Garza promo showing the history of his uncle, with Impact, TNA, and so yeah, just a great second generation or third generation, nonetheless, one of the two. Good to see him as part of the X division. Looks like that guy from LAX too. That's the only confusing thing about it. Every time I see them together. Richard Justice, no comment. He's just goofy. Too goofy. And the championship match. Wow. Tremendous match between Eli Drake and Matt Sydal. Really, really, really good stuff. So next week, Falls Count Anywhere match, X Division, for the championship. Dutt versus Trevor Lee. Wow. Those two have a hell of a feud lately. That'll definitely be a highlight, along with Johnny Impact facing Low Key. Oh, and then the championship, the tag team championship match. That's actually shown footage from down in Mexico from Conan's company. What is it? Crash. So yeah, OVE versus LAX. So yeah, it's gonna be another loaded episode. Should be pretty exciting. And I'm sure we'll see more of Taya. Just make like half the show Taya. That'd be perfect. So that's it for this one. Give me your thoughts on Global Force Wrestling, the new look, the new people coming in. Any constructive criticism you have, like me, on the show? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Talk to me. Leave it in the comments below. But if you're just gonna, if you're just gonna troll me, like that one guy who left he left a message on the Taya Valkyrie video that I did a few weeks ago, saying that she's coming to Global Force Wrestling. Watched the video and then commented, "No one cares." It's like, well, you watched the video. Obviously, you do care. So you're horrible at trolling. You should really stop doing that. So, but like I said, if you're gonna troll, you're out of here. So that's it for this one. And welcome to all the new subs. Been getting more and more subs lately. Trying to get those views up. Give it a like, share it with your friends, and yeah, we'll see you down the road for the next one. Mae Young Classic. There's a special coming up Monday night after Raw, and then the finals for the Mae Young Classic are Tuesday night after SmackDown. I cannot wait for that. That should be very interesting because obviously there's the final match, but I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of the other semifinalists in there in some kind of matches, or maybe a few fantasy matches or appearances in there. 4 horsewomen with the other 4 horsewomen possibly. I'll be watching very closely for that and covering it on here too. So, till the next time, thanks for watching. Peace. Go Pack.